Alright, hey there. So this is just a training session on building of LawNews and LawNews template and updating the advertisements for LawNews each week. This is part one of the three-part series. Part two has been completed and part three is on reporting. Now what this will actually go through is review how to build a LawNews template in Informs. And how we actually edit the ads every week based on what marketing and advertising team provides to us each week. Now, when you log into the Informs platform, you will land on the dashboard, which is where you can see all the recent mailings and recent edited mailings. For our templates, we go straight down to the mailing icons. You see the templates tab and you click that, or you can right click and open it in a new tab. Now as this opens, you just get taken to a landing page that says templates 2 with nothing in it, and in the main folder that's right here. So of course you got to select the drop down and go to the dedicated LawNews 2021 folder. Now this is the folder, this folder will be updated every year. So 2022, 2020, we had one last year. I'm not sure if that's in here. We might have archived it so it doesn't confuse people. But there are other newsletters that do that as well. So we have the large law firms newsletter, the LIJ e-newsletter. So we go for LawNews, we go to the dedicated LawNews 2021. Now in here we've got a few existing templates. One which is the main template that should not be edited or deleted, because this is the one template that we copy and duplicate to all future coming years. So 2022, 2023, we all just duplicate this and you create a new folder for 2023 or 2022. Now here, this is an expired template. I just keep it as an example of what we did way back in 2020, as the date indicates. And each month I create a new template. So as you can see, we had Jan, the last week of Jan. There were 4 weeks in Jan, and that was the last week was when we changed the ads. Then I duplicated this, so I right click and I copy it, and then I've duplicated it to the LawNews for Feb. And of course you can have it as Feb, 1st to the 5th, or you can have it as Jan 1st to the 5th, or you can have it 15th to the 19th of Feb. Like, you can reword it however you want. Now this is where you go in and you click edit. Now you right click and click edit, and then you'll be taken to a landing page with the LawNews template with all the sections and the dedicated message contents and everything. Now this is where you go into a template designer 2.0. It's got the design tab, the options tab, and the review and activate tab. Now in the design tab is where we make 90%, 99% of our changes. So anything you want to edit, eliminate, take out, update, you do it in here. Now to start off, of course, this image or the hero banner of the email will stay the same for every email unless the design or marketing team decides to have a brand refresh and they want to change the look and feel of it. We only did this in 2019, so I don't see them changing it anytime soon. However, if they do, this is where you just choose another image and you'd update that accordingly. So there's a dedicated section for all images and assets and tags and all sorts of files, image files. There's a separate section dedicated for that, and that basically sits under Asset Manager. So for now we'll just go over templates. Now in the first little text box in here, you'll see that we've got a special dedicated dating system. This is where we have every day that we generate LawNews, there's an automated date that appears here. To give you an idea, if I go to review and send, yeah, there it is, 12th of Feb 2021. So it gives you an idea of how the date will automatically pre-populate based on the day you're working on LawNews. Now the way this template was built, it was done with me with collaboration with marketing, Chelsea Burns Wilson, and then Liz Zahur. So what we did was we discussed the styles, the dimensions, how we'd like the advertisements to be placed, where they should be placed, and how the template would work. So of course, after watching many training videos, we organized to have a good morning pre-seed, which is a dedicated section, as you can see clearly here. And if you want to change it, you can just say good morning there, and you see how the pre-seed just disappeared. I can undo that, and the pre-seed's right there again. So same thing applies for the other sections of LawNews. So we have the top 3 LawNews items. This is where you show a number of 3 items at maximum. And if you go under here and you click custom layouts, you'll see how we have dedicated layouts that we've created. Now what this means is that we've chosen to have in the top 6 items an image on the left hand side, text and heading and button on the right hand side. So to give you an idea, it says top 6 and this is top 3. So you click this little wheel and you click edit and it pops up. Now what this is a section within a section within a section and then an image. So to basically summarize that is, by creating section within a section within a section, it actually enables us to create padding and give enough a space between the images and the text so that you don't have them too clustered together. So it creates a bit of a barrier between the image and the text. So the way it was created was the initial section is, as you can see, it says section there. The second section is the section within the section, and the third section is where we fill in all the information. So as you can see, you can just click on these and they will take you right there. Now the third section was divided into 2 columns where you have 30% for the image, 70% for text and the button. So in this situation, what we've done is, because we've separated into 2 columns, we've created a column for an image and the tag right above it, and then on the right hand side we've also created a box for text and a button. So under the image section, you'll have the hyperlinks area. You can also have the image dimensions, which I've actually created this image on like Paint, just so everyone knows 150 by 100 is the dimensions. And then you have the tag, which is also created for the for LawNews. So the tag is in such a spot where it's right above the image, and the dimensions would be the same. It's 150 in width, but in height it's only 15. So if you're ever asked to create a new tag for a new avenue of LIV business, you can just give them the dimensions from here. On the right hand side is the text, where we have the heading, which are roughly 16 pixels. The source, which is the age, the AFR, any author who writes it, that's 10 pixels. And then we have the text, which is in 12. Now all this is pre-populated to always be Arial as the primary font, and the dedicated color, which will be in the notes as well, and as well as in the second video. It's the hex code of 08 1D 4D. So that's 08 1D 4D. Now this hex code sometimes can change. As I said, if there's a brand refresh and a color change, or they want to make LawNews look a bit different, that's how they would organize that, and you can change it right here in the template. Now the button, we decided to keep it as more. I mean, you can change this to read more. As you can see, as I typed it in, it appears over there, or you can change this to book now, anything you actually wish, but we tend to leave it as more because that's what was agreed upon with marketing as well as public affairs. Now I'm just going to click save layout. I haven't really made much changes to it. Now because that is the top 6 items and this section is dedicated to the top 3, what I've done is I've selected this. As you can see, it's selected in green, and then you only allow 3 items in that section. Then straight after that, you have the first advertising banner, which is you're only allowed to have one of it and no more than one. So that's why it said first banner ad, and it's selected. As you can see, it's in green. Then if you go to the top 3 news again, you have another, you select the top 6 again. So now if you add this and this, that's a total of 6. So that's 3 here, and there's 3 stories here, and there's 3 up there. So it's a total of 6 in the top. Right after the 6th item, which is always the LIJ, we have the second banner. Now the second banner ad, as it's highlighted here in green, is already selected as well. For example, if you unselect it, this will not work in the template when you're creating. So you need to always have it selected when building the template. And especially when you edit the ads every week, they need to be selected. And always make sure that you're only allowed to have it once. Because if you put unlimited, that means they can keep adding the same banner 8 to 10 times. But you always need to have it once. So that's the second banner. And then we go to the bottom 6. Oh, I should rename this to bottom 8. That's actually a typo. So bottom 8 news, and you can only have you can have more than 8. You can have 9 at the maximum, but I would suggest just keeping it to 8, because sometimes you have less than 8. You have 5, you have 6, you have 4. But keeping a maximum of 8 is, you can always not use the 8 items. And as it is, it's going to stay as one column. And you will notice how the bottom 6 is selected. I'll edit this now as well. It should say bottom 8. Save layout. Come back to custom layouts. And it says bottom 8 now. So it's bottom 8 news. I'm just going to edit this again. So as you'll see, even in this bottom 8 section, it is a section within a section within a section. So how it works is that because we've created a section up here, we've created another text and a banner, and then we've created the button. So we also have our tags for the bottom on the right hand side and the heading on the left hand side. So as you'll see, section within a section within a section, and then text. So the initial section is that. And then let me just see if I can go back to the section there. So that's another section. So this is one section to have the heading and the tag. And then you have another section, which is where it's separated by 70% for dedicated to the heading and 30% dedicated to the tag. Now, you can also edit this in the styling section to add padding and to add, you know, the background color. You can change this to a color if you want, you know, to make it red. But of course we don't, so we just keep it as the stock standard default color, which is just white. And of course, you know, you can change the color for the button. You can always change this to, this is the stock standard button color, but if you want to go purple, you can just select purple. Hex code. But yeah, we just tend to stick with what was agreed upon with marketing and public affairs. Now, going back to saving this layout, because it's the bottom 8, I'm just going to save it. Now, as you can see, being that we've selected this bottom 8 and the bottom 8 is selected, you see how it's green and it's lime yellow? That means it's selected. So if you unselect it, that means this will not work in the template. So you need to make sure that it is selected. So click save. Perfect. Now, each week you get an email from the marketing team, as well as the advertising team. Now what they will do is they will send you a series of ads for the next week. So to just give you a brief idea, Sam works under Greg, and Greg oversees the ads and components. As you can see, Sam has sent us the ads for the following week, which is the 15th to the 19th of Feb, and he's attached the images. He's attached the banner, he's attached the tower. However, he's forgotten to attach the Excel spreadsheet. He then sends another email saying that he has attached the spreadsheet and let me know if all this is correct. Now, what I do is I always double click this spreadsheet, open it up. Now, as you can see, he's got the advertiser, the email, the artwork, and the link. Now all you need is the advertiser name, artwork, commentary, and the link. So in this situation, what I tend to do is I save all LawNews advertisements each year. So last year I had 2020, the year before that I have 2019. This is just for my reference, so I know what they send us every week. I keep records of it, so you know they can't come back and say, oh, we didn't say that, we did not agree with this. You're covering all grounds. So for the 15th, this is what he sent me. He sent that link. That's the name of the advertiser, and that was the artwork that was brought. I copy pasted that there. Then I close this. This spreadsheet can be found in Laserfish under the dedicated LawNews folder section. So I go back to the email. So I replied to the email and notified Sam to send it through to Liz and the marketing team. So this is the marketing team and Liz. You just need to make sure that they receive it as well, because all the other ads that weren't pre-populated, that's where they come in and they populate it with the ads that they require. So in this case, what Liz has done is she's attached all the ads and the graphics that go for the ads, as well as the links, which are right here. So I literally copy paste all of this and I paste it right here. So now that I have the entire ads for the next week, I'm ready to build the template and make changes to the template. Now, the first thing you would do is in the section where you have ads/ITC. Now, what ads/ITC means is advertising plus in the community. Now, the in the community is done every Thursday as per discussions prior. Again, this we stopped during COVID-19 because events weren't held face to face. They were all done either virtually or, you know, very limited events conducted. So at this time, we can commence in the community if there are events done face to face, and we're able to have links and provide information on it. So what you would do is in this section where it says ads/ITC, you see how there's like the first tower ad, second tower ad, third tower ad, fourth tower ad, and the fifth. Normally we only have 4, as the advertisements will say. The fourth tower, the second tower, and the first tower. There's only 4. But because of COVID-19, we've created a dedicated COVID-19 hub link for a 5th tower. Now this probably won't happen, you know, the pandemic depends on how long this goes on for, or whether we keep updating our hub. One sec. If we do maintain updating it, then yes, we will include it in LawNews. Again, this is a discussion to have with Kerry, with public affairs team leaders, and marketing as well, to see if this is continuing. To give you an idea of where this would sit, so this is, you just click on the first thing right here, that's the COVID hub, and it takes you straight to everything COVID related. So this is from information of the profession, services, information from the court, and this is constantly being updated every week, every day as things change. It was highly fluid, so we're constantly updating these links, etc. So for now, just keep in mind there's 5 towers, but it's normally just 4. Now, in this situation where you need to update the ads, you just click on this edit, and you see how we currently have print and digital to choose from. And you click on that little image, the link is here and the image is there. Now if you look at the ads for next week, the first tower is the assured legal solutions. So we copy that, we go back to our template which is there, you edit the link, you remove the link completely, and you leave this as is. You also go back to the dedicated asset manager section. So you open this in a new tab. Now under the asset manager section, you will see there's multiple folders full of graphics. We only have our assets in the LawNews dedicated folder, so you click on that, and then you go to the LawNews advertising. So you can't really see that it says advertisements. Yeah, you can't read, but it's the first folder is LawNews advertisements. You select that. You'll see dedicated folders for each year. So every year you'd need to like create a new one. So you create a new one for 2022, for example. I can do that just then, just as an example. So now we're going into 2021 because that's the year we're in. And we're in the month of Feb. So we're going straight to Feb. And you see how there's already assets in there. Now, initially when Sam and Greg sent us these graphics, you need to save them onto your desktop. Save them onto your downloads folder, just drag them and drop them. So I've already done this, as you can see. I've dragged the banner, I've dragged the tower, I've just placed it there. And then even the items that Liz sent, I've dragged all of them and saved them in there for now. Now what I would do is I would go back to the asset manager folder, which is where LawNews advertisements 2020, Feb 2021. I go to the dedicated folder where I have all these assets, or these graphics saved, I should say. And I drag them and drop them. Basically drag and drop them from here into that folder. So I'm going to select all of these. See how they're selected? And just drag and drop. Now things will pop up like confirm override. What that basically means is I already have that file saved somewhere here. So Liz probably sent it to me last week, or nothing's been changed to it. Sometimes they do change small words in the images. They adapt it every week to say final week to apply for these events. Discounts only apply until this date. So those sort of things, but nothing has changed here. So I'm just going to click override. There was another one, so override again. CPD intensive, again nothing's changed, so override. And you see how it's automatically pre-populating everything. So all the items that I got from Greg, Sam and Liz have all been pre-populated here now. So now I'll leave this and I'll go back to where we had the initial template. So I'll come back to this page again. So under ads and in the community section, just on the right hand side of the template, 2.0, and you see how the dates say 15th to the 19th Feb. The advertisements that I've saved also say 15th and 19th February. I go into the first ad, click edit, click on the image, edit the link, remove the link completely so there's no confusion. Click choose image, and you see how it's automatically taken you to the file path for Feb 2021. So every month you'll need to amend this and make sure you're taken to like March 2021, April 2021. So you drag the images to the dedicated folder and save it in that folder. So because the first item as per what the instruction was legal solutions, so I go back to legal solutions and look for that image. So that's this one, and that's what was sent by Sam. So I click edit link, I copy the link that was sent to me, place it in, and I call it assured legal solutions tower ad, and I click insert link. You see how that's already in there? So just to be double check, the first tower is that link, and that's what legal solutions, it says legal solutions. So I always tend to copy the link and open it up just to make sure it works. Sometimes links go to 404 errors and other 303 errors, but just to make sure everything works, I always double check it. Now that that's done, I'm going to click save layout. Now that's been saved in there, and if you go here, you'll see how you can lightly build in a small image. You can see how it's blue and there's a bloke on the right hand side. Now because I've done the first tower ad, I will go to the first banner ad. So you see how that's where you put all the towers. This is where you put the banner, the first banner. So I'm just going to edit the banner again. Go back here, edit link, remove link completely, choose an image. Again, make sure the file path, see how this one's taking you to Jan 2021. So go back and go straight to Feb 2021, and you select the image that coincides with the link. So I'm going to paste the link that was provided. Assured Legal Solutions banner ad. So you rename it and click save. Now the reason you're naming this is for reporting purposes. So basically, if people click on this ad every day when you send LawNews, you might have 2 people click on the first day and 15 people on the second day. But this is so advertising team can do reporting on what ads have been successful and what haven't. So you need to make sure you're naming them correct. The naming conventions are correct. Click update and click save. Now that's the first banner and the first tower that's been done. And you can always click custom layouts to see them. You go back to the ads on the right hand side, and now we're going to do the second tower. So you're going to click edit on the second tower, go back to the image, click edit link, remove the link completely, go into your Excel spreadsheet, make sure you see what it says, so LIJ opt-in, and that's the link. So what I do is I always copy the link. So I've got them saved, Control C, so you have it saved. And you go here, you choose the image, and you go to the file path. Again, now we're perfectly in Feb. Now that's the LIJ opt-in. So to give you an idea of what Liz sent, so how Liz sends it is she fills that in and then she gives you a little folder. Of course, when it says LIJ opt-in, just look for the image that actually says LIJ opt-in. So looking at the images, I'm just going to open this up. Yep. So if you look at that, that's the image for LIJ opt-in. So it says print or digital LIJ. So just look for, it says opt-in LIJ, opt-in to now to receive your printed LIJ. So that's what whatever the advertising name is or given name is what the image will coincide with. So I've chosen that. I'm going to click edit link, paste that there, and then I'm going to call it LIJ opt-in tower advertisement. So insert hyperlink, wait till it's while it's validating. Do not click anywhere else because that could break the link. And then you click save layout. Now that's the second tower done. Now if you go back to the second tower, you can see it's selected in green and lime yellow. And that's how the second tower is done. Now as you remember, there's also a second banner. So this is the top 3. That's the first banner, top 3 again, second banner. So now you go to the second banner and you right click it again, click edit. Same thing applies. You remove the link completely, choose the image. See how the file path is redirecting to the wrong folder in Jan 2021. So you select the folder before and then go to Feb 2021. Now we're doing the second one, so you got to remember that that's what you're doing. So again, second banner is the same link and with the same LIJ opt-in wording. So what you do is you select the image, which is the banner, paste the link, LIJ opt-in banner advertisement, and then you always select insert link, insert hyperlink, and wait till the validating is done. Now once that's completed, again save layout, wait till it do its thing, and now you can see that the image has been changed. Now we go back to the right hand side of LawNews, and you are doing the third tower ad now, because you've done the first, you've done the second, you've done the 2 banners, you're off to the third. So you select an image again, edit link, remove the link completely, choose the image. Now see, we're in the correct folder, which is perfect. Now to my memory, it's the cost conference. So what the cost conference is, that one. It says National Cost Law Conference. So sometimes this changes. So keynote speakers, sometimes they change it to last time to book, or they change the little wording. So often when she sends the graphics, always drag and drop them into the folder, because they could have amended it with the design team and you need to update the correct one. So you go to edit link, make sure you're copying the link right from there. The reason you need to copy whatever they send you, because they give you UTM links which are easy for them to track for reporting purposes. So you go National Cost Law conference tower advertisement, and insert hyperlink. Wait till it's done validating, click save layout. Same process for the fourth one. Click custom layout. When it doesn't pop up, click edit. Now again, remove the link. Now that's the image that's selected. Go back to your advertisements. Now this is called a CPD intensive. So I'm going to copy this URL while I'm here. Now CPD intensive. You go choose the image. Make sure you're in the right folder. Yep. And that is CPD intensive. Now I always double check that 90 the margin and all the information on there is exactly similar to what Liz sent in her email. Yeah, so if you look at the image she sent, cross-reference it with what you've got there, it's correct. So you save the link and you call it CPD, or you can say LIV CPD intensive 2021. Sorry, typo. Tower advertisement. Yep, and then you click save or validate, insert hyperlink and let it validate, and then you click save layout. Now that's the fourth tower done. Now all four towers are completed, and of course, as I said, we don't touch the fifth tower at the time being because we're still having COVID updates coming through, even in Feb 2021. So at the moment we are leaving it in. However, in future, if Kerry says or marketing says completely take it out, just unselect it and it won't appear at all. But for now we're going to leave it in and we're going to click save. Now that this template has been saved, what I do is I click go back to template list. It always takes you back to the main folder, so remember to come back to LawNews 2021. As you can see, you're in your, that's where you've completed it, and you can tell that I've just done it at 10:30 a.m. and it's done by me. So now what you do is you always go back to your mailings, the mailing icon, and you click on view. Now when you click on view, sometimes it might not take you to this dedicated LawNews folder section. It might take you to the main all folders section, which got a lot going on with other people in the company actually doing newsletters as well, as you can see. So you just go to your dedicated LawNews 2021 folder. Again, there is a LawNews 2020. We haven't archived this because we're still reviewing and using information from there. So you go to the LawNews 2021 folder and you'll see how there's a dedicated drafted template created for LawNews ads for approval. Now what this is every week when advertising and marketing, Liz, Sam and Greg send you the ads, you need to send them the template so that they can approve it. So basically you're just sending this as a template to them for them to approve and have a play with the links and say, yep, all the links and the images are perfect. So what you do is you just go in there and you right click and you hover over this little button here, I should say, and you click edit. Wait till it pre-populates. Close this. Still loading. Now you see how this thing pops up saying update template available. The template for this message has been modified. Would you like to update this message and use the newest version? You always select update template, because all the changes that I've implemented in the back end of the template has been replicated. Now as you can see, this is all last week's ads. So all you do is you delete everything in there, delete all the advertisements and start afresh. So delete the tower ad, delete the banner ads, they're all clear. So right now you've got a LawNews with no advertisements in it at all. And you've got, as we discussed, the top 3, banner, another 3 with the LIJ as number 6, banner again, and then the 8 in the bottom. And as we said, right hand side is always advertisements. So what you do here is you click save, and now you start clicking the add story buttons. Now if you see, when you click on the add story button on the right hand side, it comes up with the first tower ad. See how it's that same one that was sent to us by Sam, the blue and the bloke on the right hand side. Yep, so that's perfect. If you go through your emails from what Sam sent you, that's the correct image. So you know you've done the right thing. You've put the correct image with the correct link as the first tower ad. So of course the first banner also should look the same with the first tower ad. Those two should have the same color schemes, same wordings, same thing. Now that's done. First is done. Now you click add story again. You can see the second tower ad. Select on it. Yep, that was the second one. If you want to proof check, you always go to your advertisements of the week, and you see how the second tower was the LIJ opt-in, and that's exactly what you got there. So now you got the second tower on the right hand side, and you've also got the banner. So you've got the correct banner as well. See how these color match together? So it's perfect. Now you go to your third tower. Again, you always click the add story button and click third tower ad. See how it appears as National Cost Law Conference. Feel free to always proof check that you've done it and it's correct. Yep, that's great. You go back again to your messaging design where you're doing the template, and then you click the fourth tower ad after add story. Now again, this says CPD intensive. Just make sure the fourth tower ad from Liz, even in the email, says the fourth tower ad is CPD intensive. So yeah, you've done it correctly. So that's the fourth tower right there. Then you go and click the fifth tower. Now as you notice, there's the option to keep going. This option should not be here. So I'm going to click save and make this button completely disappear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the templates, go to the main folder, mailings, templates. As you can tell, you will land on the template page. So again, go to main folder, go straight to LawNews 2021. See how you've got the dedicated 15th to the 19th advertisements that we're creating. Click on edit, let it load. Once it's loaded, you will see the same message content. When you click on the right hand sides where the ads are, you hover over the buttons and you will see how it says there's an unlimited number of stories. I'm going to keep it down to 5. So what that means is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the first tower, second tower, third tower, fourth tower, fifth tower. The reason we had it at unlimited prior was because we used to do in the community. So when you commence in the community, you will need to change this back to unlimited. For now, I'm going to leave it as 5. However, you can just come back into the same spot and change it to unlimited. The reason we have it at unlimited is so we can keep adding items or events for in the community. I'm going to keep it at 5, click save, go back to the template, and then come back here. I'm going to go back to the message list. Now that we're in here again, I will re-enter it again. Go back and click edit. Once you've done that, it will pop up with that same update, the template. Yep, exactly. I just changed it in the template. So of course this should pop up. This should always pop up when you modify anything. So yep, you click update template. Perfect. Click save. Now if you scroll down, you see how the add story button's disappeared. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to redo this, just the tower ads, just to show you how it goes. You see how the add story button has popped up again. So I'm going to delete them. Start again. So of course the first one should color coordinate with this banner. Second one should color coordinate with that banner, which it does. Third tower is on its own, doesn't have a banner. You see how there's add story is still, the button is still there. Fourth tower is on its own again, that's what we decide on, CPD intensive. And the fifth tower, and you see how the green button disappears. So that means you're only allowed 5 in the top, but you can change this to unlimited when you do in the community. Now I'm going to click save. I'm going to go to options. You see how it says LawNews ads for approval, where it is, what location it is. You go to envelope and you write in here the date. So 15th to the 19th of Feb, or we can do Feb 15 to 19. So now that you've done that, you go to, in the envelope section, you've done it in the subject line, you go to review and send. Click save as you go. Sometimes it auto saves as well, just so you know. And you can see all that you have done in the desktop version. So what I would do is I would always click on the banner so it appears in web version. That's how most people will view it, on their laptop, on their phone, on their iPad. So it's just easy for you to engage and have a look through. So what I always do is I click on that banner, view it in web browser, and I click through all the links. So I clicked that one, I clicked the banner, and I also clicked the tower, and they both appeared to go to the same page. And I'm going to click this tower, the second tower, it's going to the correct page. I'm going to click the second banner, it's going to the correct page. Perfect. I'm going to click the third tower, make sure it's going to the correct page. It certainly is. And I'm going to click the fourth tower and make sure it's going to the correct page, and it definitely is. So of course, if you click the fifth tower, which is the COVID hub, it'll take you to the COVID hub as well. So now you've done your due diligence, you've checked all the images, you've checked all the links, you've proofed it all, so it's good to go. So all I'm going to do is when you're in the review and send tab, you scroll down or you click this little send button, it'll take you to the send section. So you're never going to send it to anyone else or have any targeting on because you're sending a test. And you click HTML or always, never select the other two. Send it to your personal email address, or you can send it to your dedicated LawNews at liv.asn.au. I always tab down to the subject, and I always take this out, and I just keep a little inverted bracket, open bracket there, and I click send mail test. It does its thinking, it says your test mail has been sent, and I click close. Now what I do is I of course wait for the email to come through to the LawNews folder. It's a dedicated LawNews inbox. Fold all this, and so this is today. Let's just wait for the email to come through. And while we do that, just going to say, so this is where all the assets are. Again, all this is saved on the training document that for the role, so it's all there, so you have an idea of where to find things. Just gonna wait. There we are. So you see how when you look at Outlook, it's come through as LawNews ads for approval, Feb 15 to 19. That's the subject line that we filled in. So all you do is you right click this little image and click download pictures. See how it's all pre-populating with the images? Perfect. Now all you do is you click forward and you type in the people you're sending it to, which is Greg, Liz, marketing inbox, Samuel Yofi. So you always select the people you're sending it to because they're the ones who sent you the ads, and you write a little message. Please see advertisement for LawNews Feb 15 to 19. Please let me know if any incorrect links or images. Thank you, Amanda. So all their replies will go directly to the LawNews folder, and if there's any incorrect links, you will have to go back in and fix it. Incorrect images, or if they notice a typo in one of the things, say for example they had an incorrect date here, or February was spelled incorrectly, they will redo the graphic with the design team and they will resend it to you. So it is your responsibility to upload it and update the information. So I'm going to click send, and that's gone, and it's up to them to get back to me to tell me if I've done something wrong, which I doubt we have, because you proof checked everything and you've double checked all the links, as well as you've checked it with everything in here. So you've checked that, yep, those are the links that were sent to us. You copied the links as they came through, and that's how the building of LawNews template as well as the updating of advertisements is done. Now of course, in situations where you can't there's a bridge issue, or if there's issues with the platform and you can't do anything, that's totally fine. Just notify marketing, Mark O'Reilly or Liz, and they'll be able to help you. Also, we have our Higher Logic support team, who is Trish, Ashley, and Marcus. I will put their information will be in your training document as well, so that just in case if you have any questions on some issues in the platform or something's not working, you can always just send them an email. Always remember to have screen captures of things that are gone wrong. So if you feel like something's broken, just click a screen capture with the snipping tool and send it through to them saying, I'm sorry, this is not working for me. Am I doing something wrong? Can you please help me? And they'll definitely assist. Other than that, that's everything for this video on how to build and edit the LawNews template. As I said, as things come and as things change with branding, redevelopment of our platforms or anything, marketing will lead the project and they will keep you in the loop. And of course, you can share input and anything you need to help assist with LawNews and how it looks, so that you have full say and navigation over what's being involved in LawNews. Other than that, part 2 will show you how to build the template. Part 2 will show you how to build LawNews daily. Actually, the template is done through the back end where I showed you, and as I said, you can constantly keep changing it, adapting it, building on it. It's a constant evolving thing. It's very similar to MailChimp, Campaign Monitor, and all those other EDM platforms. The only difference would be is that you have sections within sections, and I'm sure MailChimp has that as well. But it does give you the option to edit and amend every sort of template that you have within the organization to customize it and make it more for you or for the way you want it to look. Other than that, that's everything. Thank you. Have a good one.